Hello there people, this is Bruce or nintenbruce here, and we are back on the Splosion Man hardcore cake walkthrough. So this is the middle section of World 3 we're going through now. I'll say instantly, just run. So when playing this level for the first time you think, oh no, I'm going to get lasered, but as long as you keep running, even when it looks like the Gatling gun just hit you there, you're fine. As long as you kept running right from the beginning, then you're completely fine. So you've probably figured this is a chase level already. As long as you keep moving, you're going to be fine practically. Although there is one tricky jump which I'll tell you about when we get to it. So when we catch the platform switch here, don't take things too lightly. Obviously these guys can't catch you unless you're hanging off the edge or something. But catch this platform here as soon as you can and explode up to this next platform switch. And then as long as you stick to the right of this elevator like I am now, you won't get lasered. And here I've got to stress, don't jump across until they've practically finished their firing sequence. Otherwise you would have used the barrel to explode up and one of the lasers would have hit you because you're still in their register, I guess you could say. Anyway, coming to the most difficult jump probably of the game now. Here you don't fling yourself all the way to the right, just catch yourself in that little sweet spot to the left of the barrel. It is the most difficult jump because you could end up hitting the barrel wrong and it sends you into the grinder, i.e. the barrel hit doesn't register, and if you go too far to the right then it would actually, you'd get yourself lasered, believe it or not. Anyway, moving up here you see some lovely birthday cake. And it's just a straight jump / explode across these barrels here. Okay, and now there are more of those laser enemies that you can hear in the background. This part isn't so much a chasing, luckily, but you still got to be very careful because they come at you from everywhere as always. So just take your time, catch the barrel switch, and like now, if possible, destroy anything you can. And you just explode on up with the barrels. Keep on moving. And then we're at the end of the level. Awesome. Now here, you see, this is basic, this part. So get used to the moving platforms again. Remember, once you explode on it once, it does disappear from underneath you, so make your jumps first time, preferably. Catch the barrel here to explode to the next area. Now here it is a basic crusher, you guys know how to deal with that, but if you go to the left that will lead us to our next glorious piece of cake. So hit that switch platform. Moving on up, there's a barrel that you'll catch which appears on that platform, and you can see it already. Just go to the right off of the wall and catch cake number 38. Awesome. So now we continue where we're supposed to be going in the first place, to the right of here. So here, keep on exploding up, but don't go on this barrel because you probably saw there was a spiked wall which doesn't move and it's relying on you just sticking to that pattern. So for your first time you probably wouldn't have figured that, and you'd be slapping yourself with a lovely face palm. But no matter, you see it now. Moving on, you've got these electric gates here. They stick on for about 3 seconds before firing up again, so just bear that in mind and make a semi-judgmental call. Same with when releasing the barrel here. If you did it on top of the electricity, then the electricity blows up the barrel. So again, just take your time with that. And obviously don't hang around here, otherwise you'll get frazzled. Just avoid this pit here. You probably noticed there was an electric gate anyway. Okay, and now more electric gates, where somehow a scientist just fell into the safe zone. Don't worry, he will disappear. But anyway, keep in mind that 3-second rule and release the barrel and jump on up. Okay, simple little keg toss there to the scientist holding the gate down. Okay, now here, just explode up as quick as possible and run as fast as you can without getting frazzled. Now all you have to do here is just hang on to the edge of the platform And as you can tell there, don't hang on for too long, otherwise you would have got frazzled there as well. A lot of frazzling in this level. And then here, just release, simply go downwards. Okay, now here unfortunately is probably the slowest version of this robot boss here. For some odd reason it seems to only release one spike ball at the top there per session, I guess you could say. So what you've got to do is what I'm doing there, where you have to reset the process, do this 5 times. Unless you miss the spiked ball, then you'll have to do it 6, 7 or as many times as possible. And don't get too complacent either. So although this is very simple and the timings are very, very easy going here, you don't want to be hanging around, because remember, one wrong hit and you're sent all the way to the beginning of this level. And try not to get too excited that this is the exit right here. So I forget what number this is. I think this is number 5 coming up now. Yep, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so now we've got another little chase scene with one of those huge robot guys. So what you're going to have to do here is time your jumps perfectly with the conveyor belts as well. So here, notice I explode as many times as possible before landing on the conveyor belt. It just seems to give you an extra, well, half a second, an extra second there, which you need with this, especially as there's a birthday cake right there. So just instantly hold left. And although it's close, he is done. So the 2 things that could have spoiled you there was the backwards conveyor belt and the birthday cake. As long as you've done that, then you'll continue. So what you'll see here is a few switches to get to advance while avoiding these laser enemies. I would say simple, but all it takes is one wrong move and you're dead. There we go. So the last switch is up here. And the dangerous thing about being up here is the enemies could still be waiting for you. I mean, look at that. How are you supposed to guess that unless you sort of know they're coming? Here, I probably should have blown up that enemy, but I knew there was cover behind me. That's why I continued there. Anyway, just avoid the acid pools. And here I make a stupid mistake. Luckily, even though I was in the enemy's line of sight, he did stop firing. I don't know why that was. I should have been dead. But I'm going to tell you guys, you should wait, take your time, as I always say, and go from there. Okay, be careful, because usually that enemy is a lot faster getting to that particular spot, and it will usually explode you as you're jumping on up. But there we go, that part was nice and easy for me. And hopefully for you guys too. And then here you can explode to the right to the very side of the wall if you wanted to, but it doesn't really make a difference at this point unless you really mess things up. Okay, so here, as you explode along, just make sure you take as much of that conveyor belt, that speedy conveyor belt, as you can. And as soon as you hit that wall, just explode off. It looks like you've done things wrong, but that's what you have to have done, okay? So keep on exploding. There we go. So notice it looked like you slowed up there, but if you'd have held right, you would have, well, smacked into the electric gate. And there we go. So approaching the end of this level now. There we have it. Awesome. So now here's an interesting level. So taunt the homing missile and fire it at that scientist in between the ice there. And what you've got to do now is hang on to this fat guy that you're going to meet. Here he is. Now keep going. Hover behind this scientist. Don't be too close, because if you're too close, that homing missile will explode the guy that you've got in your hands. And that's the last thing you want, because you might as well restart the level. You'll get obliterated with the railgun. That'll happen, or that'll appear rather. So here you go, electricity forms behind you, and there's the railgun. But luckily you should still have the fat guy. Okay, so next area now. Can be tricky if you don't catch it first time. But as you saw there, homing missile to that scientist's face, and you'll continue. Okay, so moving on up, you have to hit all of these kegs. To be fair, it is nice and easy. Okay, and keg up there would release the electric gates. Notice this is quite a nice and easy level so far. Okay, now here, don't go right because there is a railgun waiting for you. And although it's frustrating when these robot enemies are slow, it is better to wait as always. There we go. Okay, so here what you're going to want to do is fire the keg and instantly get that lift platform, or moving platform, however you want to say it. There we go, nicely positioned. Now you can move on up over here. Now the plan here is let the homing missile go off, lean to your left a bit, and then that lets the trajectory of the missile, once you explode it, head off to the right. And here's what's going to get us past that railgun. Lovely, lovely scientist. And then just duck down here. Well, you've got no choice, you have to go down there when carrying the fat guy. And don't be so excited by the end of the level, just explode on up over here. Notice we haven't received a cake yet, but that will all change now. Cake number 40. Nearly there, guys, nearly there. And there we go, end of that level. Okay, now here, be fairly quick moving, otherwise you would have got caught by the spiked ceiling. And not too much to report here at the moment. Just keep an eye on the crusher as you're going on up. Go barrel upwards. Okay, now as you're exploding on up here, don't do what I do, which is nearly get frazzled by the robot guy. Just take your time going on up and not getting, well, again, frazzled. Okay, now here, there's some more of these electric gates, so things get a little bit more exciting now for this level. Just wait till the third one sort of turns on and then start jumping upwards, and that just times nicely for you to drop on in. Okay, and here, keep on moving as you would normally and catch the platform. Okay, so here you won't be able to advance unless you just hit that scientist with the switch. There we go, and then just catch the barrel back up here. Again, nice easy level this. Okay, so if you go to the left here, this is where the birthday cake is for this level. Doesn't matter too much if you miss that green barrel, just explode from the wall like I did there. And move on down, cake number 41. Okay, now we go into the direction we're supposed to. So just keep on moving with the barrels. And here, keep on moving right, otherwise you would be crushed. Okay, now here, just keep going right and get rid of this enemy as fast as you can. As long as you do that, then you won't get crushed by this spiked ball here, but it does get pretty close, so be careful not to get recoiled from the explosions into that. So anyway, slightly more difficult level now, only because it is a bit longer than your average one. So what you're going to have to do here, there is birthday cake here, and you've got to go to the right and left that you'll see to release the electric gates to let you into the birthday cake. So there it is up there. Careful not to catch your face on the electricity. So first switch, and obviously be careful with your platforming here, because one wrong move and you'll fall into the lovely drink below. And by lovely drink I mean acid. And there we go. Lovely, lovely cake. Okay, so now we're heading back to the centre. And then just explode on up here in this sort of pattern. Okay, now here, once you catch a switch, quickly go right. It is still possible, even when you get hit by the platform, to hang onto the ledge on the inside of the green pool, but it's preferable that you don't do that. Okay, and there you probably saw just a tiny jump down, so you evade all of those electric gates. And here, as long as you're exploding in roughly the centre of the platform, you don't have to worry about that platform underneath, okay? Okay, so you can tell here that now we can advance to the right, so careful not to get yourself hit by the electric gate down below by a simple mishap. Okay, now this is where things get a bit interesting, and by a bit I mean very interesting. You've got to time things fairly well here. So slide down to your left and keep on moving up, but not too fast, because otherwise you'll hit your head on the spiked gate upwards. Sorry, spiked gate, the spiked ceiling. And here, wait till it goes down, take the right moment, and here you could be like me and just take this all in one dash because the directions never seem to change, or you could take your time at each individual platform, entirely up to you. Okay, now here you got to be a bit quick. I say a bit, you do have plenty of time as long as you explode the enemies or get rid of these enemies with the 5 shots, or even 6 or 7 shots. The water is very, very slow here. Okay, you get out of that situation like that. And then there's one more enemy here. Just keep doing what you do. Explode the spike balls upwards 5 times. There we go, lovely. And keep on moving up here. Okay, now here, make sure you avoid the grinders, and if you catch the barrel, to release the keg and hit the switch, or if you're unlucky like me, then just make sure you don't fall into the grinder and try again. And if you're unlucky again, just keep on going until you get it right, and don't get frustrated. What it is you can't hit the keg at the top of your jump, the peak of your jump, which is what you would automatically think. So wait a little bit and hit the keg. So here, wait till you've ducked onto the electricity and then clamber up on the platform. This part actually is fairly easy considering all the electric gates you've passed so far. And here, if you do what I do, just make sure you don't fall into the grinder. Simple as, really. And that is the end of the level. So awesome stuff. We've covered 2/3 of World 3, getting on to the final part of it, and then the epic boss battle. So pop your comments in the section below, let me know what you guys think, or if you need any help then do ask me and I'll see what I can do. And obviously if you like the video, give us that good old thumbs up. And until next time, you guys take care, and I will see you again soon.